Hi, I'm Mungo.
And I'm Meny. Welcome to the Monday Night Roar.
Thanks for tuning in. We have your latest news, entertainment, sports, and weather.
All that and more coming up on the Monday Night Roar.
First, your Clemson news. Clemson Live is aiming to break a world record for the longest high-five chain ever. The current record is 1,647, so Clemson Live is aiming for even just one more person than the record. The record-breaking event will take place this Thursday on December 4th at 5 p.m. on Bowman Field. Make sure to check out the event on Facebook. Will Clemson break a high-five world record? Find out on Thursday.
President Clemens and his wife, Beth Clemens, are holding a holiday open house this Tuesday, December 2nd, from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. in the Hendricks Student Center Ballroom. The event will feature light refreshments and special appearances by Santa Paws and the Tiger. President Clemens said that he's looking forward to spending time with the Clemson family.
This certainly is a week of festive Clemson events. On Wednesday, December 3rd, the Clemson University student government is hosting their annual Lighting of the Gardens event in the Carillon Gardens. The event is from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. There will be food, hot chocolate, an appearance by Santa Claus, and more. President Clements will open the ceremony. Tiger Roar and Take Note will perform as well. Finally, there will be a tacky Christmas sweater contest with cash prizes, so bust out your ugliest holiday sweater.
Clemson students organized a blackout event during the Clemson versus USC game in honor of the Ferguson decision and the death of Michael Brown. The United States erupted in response in protest when it was revealed that the Ferguson grand jury did not indict police officer Darren Wilson, who recently resigned from the Ferguson police force. Clemson students organized their own events in response to the decision, such as a peaceful march the day after the decision and a blackout during the football game. Organizers from Clemson and USC asked that students wear black during the game. Now we're going to check in with Gabby for a sports update.
It was a big weekend in college football this weekend, ending the regular season of football with rivalry week. The Clemson Tigers faced their biggest rivals, the Carolina Gamecocks, this past Saturday in Death Valley. The Tigers were able to defeat the Gamecocks 35-17, ending the Gamecocks' 5-year winning streak. The Tigers were dominant on both sides of the ball. Deshaun Watson was able to start the game off and ended with a pretty solid performance. Watson completed 14 out of the 19 passes for 269 yards and 2 touchdowns. Other star offensive performers were Artavis Scott, who finished with 182 yards on 6 catches, and Wayne Gallman, who had 191 yards and a touchdown on 27 carries. Offensively, the Gamecocks struggled against Clemson's dominant defense. South Carolina only managed 63 yards on 33 rushes. Gamecocks quarterback Dylan Thompson was sacked 4 times. Venables told the media that while he had respect for the Gamecocks could do offensively, he had confidence the nation's best defense would get the job done. And they did. There was also some breaking news for all the Tiger fans. It was released after the game that Deshaun Watson defeated the Gamecocks on a torn ACL. Watson tore his ACL the Thursday before the Georgia Tech game during practice, but told the coaches he wanted to brace it and play through the pain. Sweeney said that Watson will play in the bowl game and have surgery shortly after and should be ready for summer workouts. On to some more Clemson sports. The Clemson men's soccer team has had an excellent performance this season, making it into the round of 16 in the NCAA tournament. The Tigers were on a 10-match winning streak going into the match Sunday against the North Carolina Tar Heels. The Tigers fell short to the Tar Heels with a score of 2-1. It was the second match of the tournament for the Tigers. The Tigers had just come off a win against Coastal Carolina 2-1 last Monday. For your other sports, we had some pretty big upsets in Rivals Week in college football. Alabama was able to defeat Auburn 55-54. It started off as a shaky game with both teams having turnovers the first touch of the game. Auburn was leading the Crimson Tide 26-21 going into halftime. Alabama was able to come back after halftime with T.J. Yeldon ending the game with 127 yards and 2 scores on 19 carries. Alabama will face Missouri for the SEC title. Ole Miss defeated Mississippi State 31-17. The Rebels defense was able to hold the Bulldogs to just 17 points. This was the 9th win of the season for the Rebels. We also saw some big things come out of the ACC in Rivals Week. Georgia Tech defeated Georgia 30-24. Louisville defeated Kentucky 44-40, and Florida State defeated Florida 24-19. That's all I have for your sports. Now back to you guys.
Looks like one of Disney's successful movies is getting a sequel. Idina Menzel told The Telegraph that Frozen 2 is currently in the works. There's not a set release date yet, but the actress hopes the film will be out in a year or so. Frozen won 2 Oscars, one for Best Animated Film and one for Best Original Song. Of course, Let It Go. Don't worry, ladies, and some gentlemen. David Beckham is fine after being involved in a car accident this past weekend. The soccer player was on his way to pick up his 15-year-old son after a football match in London. Everyone involved in the accident thankfully got out uninjured and reportedly doing fine. However, David's Audi was rendered as unusable and damaged on the driver's side. Snooki from the Jersey Shore got married this past weekend to her fiancé of 2 years, Giovanni Lavelle. The two were married in New Jersey in front of close family and friends. The bride wore a traditional white gown while the groom wore a custom tuxedo. The couple has 2 children together, and if you're interested in watching their nuptials, you can watch the whole ceremony on her reality show, of course. Freddie Prinze Jr. seems to be doing great after a recent spinal surgery. The actor tweeted a few selfies documenting his recovery. In one of the posts, he says learning to walk is like learning jiu-jitsu, one technique at a time. Freddie says the media portrayal of his injury is far extravagated than what actually happened, and he's hoping for a speedy recovery. The live Peter Pan show will take place this Thursday at 8 p.m. on NBC. Oh, wait. Doesn't something else just as amazing happen the same night? You're right, Pillow Talk happens this Thursday night at 10 p.m. This will be my last show of 2014, so make sure to watch because there will be a special surprise announcement. Unfortunately, I have sad news for you guys. Ellen Meny, our beloved producer of this show, will be leaving us once the semester is over. Yes, this is her last show, and everyone here at Tigervision thanks her for all her hard work. Ellen, thank you so much for putting up with me. Now that you're leaving, can I say the F word? Thanks, guys. Back to you.
Thanks, guys. Hello, and welcome back to Showtimes. We provide you with all the important movie news from the couch to the theater. We cover movies coming to Redbox theaters, Netflix, and Amazon Prime. Since this is the last Monday night roar of the semester, I will cover movies for all of December. Redbox has been working hard, and they deliver an early Christmas gift with Guardians of the Galaxy on the 9th. Also this month, on the 16th, is If I Stay. Amazon and Netflix brought up their standards this month. First, classic and classy 007 Goldfinger and the entire Friday the 13th series are out on Amazon December 1st. Oculus is out on Netflix December 3rd, Anchorman out on Netflix and Amazon December 6th, The Wolf of Wall Street on Netflix and Amazon December 11th, and finally, Spy Kids, Amazon December 27th. In theaters this month is the conclusion of the Hobbit trilogy, The Hobbit, The Battle of Five Armies, the controversial but interesting Annie, Another Night at the Museum going by Secret of the Tomb, 8 years after the original, all out on December 19th. Out on December 26th, the amazing new comedy, The Interview. If you missed us last week, here's what is out right now. What is playing out to be one of the biggest movies of the year, The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1. For fans of the Dark Knight trilogy, Christopher Nolan and Matthew McConaughey team up to make the visually astounding Interstellar. For kids or kids at heart, out now is Big Hero 6. Thank you for tuning in, and watch next week. It's not going to happen. Have a good Christmas.
Thank you, John Oliver and Freddie. Now on to world news. On Sunday, thousands of protesters clashed with Hong Kong police in an effort to bring open elections to Hong Kong politics. Many of these protesters are students and are asking China to reform the election system for the next election. Although China previously said that it would introduce open elections in the 2017 election, it then recanted the statement, saying that it will instead pre-screen candidates. This did not go over well with the protesters. Currently, the protesters and the Hong Kong government are in a stalemate.
And in more China news, China has officially banned wordplay in their news media. Yes, China has banned puns. China's State Administration for Press, Publication, Radio, Film, and Television has ruled wordplay within media as misleading and as cultural and linguistic chaos, as The Guardian reports. The government enacted this ban on the basis that it disobeys a law on standard Chinese language. Furthermore, the Chinese government states that wordplay can mislead people, especially children. Organizations speculate, however, that the real reason the government banned puns is because dissidents use them to speak in code. Either way, it seems like Chinese fans of wordplay now have nowhere to pun.
Today, Monday, December The first is World AIDS Day. The day was started in 1988 to raise awareness and end the epidemic of HIV and AIDS. HIV, which stands for Human Immunodeficiency Virus, attacks the body's immune system and can eventually progress into AIDS, which stops the body from fighting disease and infection. An estimated 34 million people have HIV/AIDS worldwide. Although there is no cure, a specific type of drug class helps people live longer with the virus. You can donate by accessing the World AIDS Day website or through the RED Project.
Young student Tugsi Albarak has died after confronting a group of men harassing two girls in a McDonald's in the German city of Offenbach. On November 15th, Tugsi heard cries coming from the bathroom of McDonald's and came to help the two teenage girls. Later, as she was in the McDonald's parking lot, one of the men attacked her. She sustained a serious head injury and was in a coma until November 28th when her parents took her off life support. She passed away on her 23rd birthday. An 18-year-old Serbian man has confessed to the crime and is in custody. Multiple candlelight vigils throughout Germany have been held in Tugsi's honor. And finally, let's check in with James for the weather.
Thanks, guys. Let's take a look at your weather for the rest of the week. It was really nice today. It was about 72 degrees, very warm. We're going to see that the rest of the week. Highs in the mid-upper 60s to upper 50s. Chance of rain on Friday and Saturday of 50%. But that's all the rain we're going to see this week. It's going to be really nice weather, nice and warm outside your window. Right now, it is a cool 61 degrees, clear outside. Winds out of the southwest at 4 miles per hour and humidity of 57%. Taking a look at your radar, there's nothing much in the Golden Corner area. We probably won't see any rain until Friday or Saturday, like I said. And now, why are Santa's little helpers always depressed? Because they have low self-esteem. Now back to you guys.
Thank you, James. That's all for tonight, and thank you for joining us, Clemson.
This is our last broadcast of the semester. We'll be back next semester, so good luck on exams and have a great winter break. And stay classy, Clemson.